Hello everybody, it's Emma here. Welcome to the Macbeth course, Lesson 1, Introduction to Macbeth and Shakespearean Context. Lesson objectives: explore Shakespeare's life and times, examine the Gunpowder Plot and its influence, understand the divine right of kings and its relevance to Macbeth, introduce key themes: ambition, power, fate, and guilt. Shakespeare's life and times. He was born in 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon. He was a playwright, poet, and actor during the Elizabethan and Jacobean eras. He wrote Macbeth during the reign of King James I, approximately 1606. King James I was fascinated by witchcraft and even wrote a book about it, Demonology. The Gunpowder Plot and its influence on Macbeth. In 1605, Catholic conspirators attempted to assassinate King James I by blowing up Parliament. Shakespeare's inclusion of treason and regicide reflects this event. The play serves as a warning against betrayal and disloyalty. Connection to the play. Themes of betrayal and regicide, killing a king. The character of Macbeth mirrors the anxiety over loyalty and ambition. The divine right of kings. This was belief that monarchs were chosen by God and rebellion was a sin. King James I's strong belief in this concept influenced Macbeth. The play explores the consequences of disrupting the natural order of events. Think about it. What do you think happens when a king is unjustly murdered? I'll just give you a few moments to jot down some ideas and then I'll go through a model answer. Model answer. When a king is unjustly murdered in Shakespeare's Macbeth, chaos and disorder follow, both in the natural world and within society. This reflects the Elizabethan belief in the divine right of kings, where the king is seen as God's chosen ruler. Killing a king is not just a political crime, but a cosmic disruption. Key consequences in Macbeth. Natural chaos. The natural world reacts violently. Storms rage, horses eat each other, and day turns to night, especially in Act 2, Scene 4. These unnatural events symbolise the disruption of order caused by regicide, the killing of a king or monarch. Moral and social breakdown. Macbeth's rule is marked by tyranny and fear, as he becomes paranoid and ruthless to secure his power. The moral fabric of society unravels as loyalty and trust are replaced by suspicion and betrayal. Guilt and psychological turmoil. Both Macbeth and Lady Macbeth are consumed by guilt, leading to their mental deterioration. Lady Macbeth's sleepwalking and eventual death show the personal cost of the crime. Restoration of order. The play ultimately resolves with Macbeth's downfall and the restoration of the rightful king, Malcolm. This reaffirms the belief that order can only be restored when justice is served. Key themes in Macbeth. Ambition, the driving force behind Macbeth's rise and fall. Power, the corrupting influence of power and greed. Fate, the role of the witch's prophecies. Guilt, the psychological toll of murder and betrayal. Ambition. This is the desire for power, which in Macbeth and Lady Macbeth case drives the character's actions. Fate versus free will. Are the character's actions predestined or chosen? Guilt. How does guilt affect Macbeth and Lady Macbeth? Order and chaos. What happens when the natural order is disrupted? Witches and the supernatural. Elizabethans believed in witches and their powers, predicting the future, controlling weather, influencing people's actions. Witches were seen as agents of the devil. Connection to Macbeth. The witches influence Macbeth's decisions. Reflects contemporary fears about witchcraft and evil. Reflection question. I'm just going to give you a few minutes to think about this question and then I'll go through a model answer. Why do you think Shakespeare's Macbeth is still relevant today? Model answer. Shakespeare's Macbeth remains relevant today because it explores timeless themes such as ambition, power, guilt and fate, issues that still shape human experiences. Ambition and power. The play warns about unchecked ambition, showing how the desire for power can lead to destruction. This, of course, resonates in modern politics, business, and personal relationships. Moral consequences and guilt. Macbeth and Lady Macbeth suffer from intense guilt after their crimes, much like how people today grapple with ethical dilemmas and the psychological effects of their actions. Corruption and tyranny. Macbeth's rise and fall mirror the dangers of corruption and dictatorship, which are still seen in global leadership struggles today. Summary and reflection. Shakespeare was influenced by his historical and social context. The gunpowder plot, divine right of kings, and belief in witches shaped Macbeth. Key themes like ambition and fate will be central to the play. Thank you so much for listening today, and I will see you in lesson 2.